Doesn't America deserve better than a president who will say or do anything to stay in power?
President Obama has a plan to rebuild America from the ground up.
So everybody in politics thinks that negative campaigns, whether you like them or not, work. This week in an ad, the Romney campaign tried to turn that on its head. Let's have a look.
What does it say about a president's character when his campaign tries to use the tragedy of a woman's death for political gain? What does it say about a president's character when he had his campaign raise money for the ad, then stood by as his top aides were caught lying about it? Doesn't America deserve better than a president who will say or do anything to stay in power?
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approved this message.
Okay, so the Romney campaign thinks the Obama campaign has been dirty, negative, nasty. This is an ad in which it says that's a character flaw. We're going to use it against you. Do you think it works?
Well, I mean, that remains to be seen, but it's clearly an effort to try and get at one of the president's vulnerabilities, which is that he ran in 2008 as this uniting force and a bipartisan figure, and now has become fairly partisan and is running an ad that the Romney campaign thinks is quite negative. They used a super PAC ad to tie it to the Obama campaign, which isn't exactly entirely true.
This is the one where the guy's wife has died,
right?
And sort of blame it on Bain Capital,
right? Which interesting, and it's gotten a ton of criticism, even though it hasn't really aired. And the president was asked about it this week, and he distanced himself.
It's just been on the internet.
It's been on the internet, and I think there was one time in which it was maybe going on TV.
That's interesting. Everybody in the country thinks it's been running constantly. Everybody's tuned into this.
I don't know about everybody in the country. Everybody in our
everybody within 5 miles of here, but yeah.
Look, I think people are disgusted with some of the stuff that goes on in politics, and it's hard to argue that I'm better than the other guy. But I think they made a pretty good stab at it.
So then the character spokesman who's responding, really, in a way, for President Obama is none other than Bill Clinton. Let's have a look.
This election, to me, is about which candidate is more likely to return us to full employment. This is a clear choice. The Republican plan is to cut more taxes on upper income people and go back to deregulation. That's what got us in trouble in the first place. President Obama has a plan to rebuild America from the ground up, investing in innovation, education, and job training. It only works if there is a strong middle class. That's what happened when I was president. We need to keep going with his plan.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
That's fascinating. Bill Clinton is now probably the most popular political figure in America, and he's speaking up for Barack Obama. And they don't need Barack Obama talking for himself if they got Bill Clinton.
No kidding. He's really good in that ad. It's a soft sell ad, but he's very effective. We, in our Wall Street Journal NBC poll, always test public feelings toward various public figures, and there are three people who are toweringly high in their numbers, and they are Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Bill Clinton, most of all. He's a very popular figure, and Obama is clearly trying to transfer some of those good feelings and memories of the Clinton economy to Obama.
Yeah, it was like, vote for Barack Obama, and you'll get another 4 years of the Clinton economy of the 90s.
Yeah,
and that was basically what the message was.
This goes back to the Rahm Emanuel line in the 2008 campaign, where he said, "What didn't you like about the Clinton years? Peace or prosperity?"
Right, right.
And Democrats are trying to play on that. And there's this interesting passage in the ad in which the President Clinton says something like, "Well, that's what we did when I was president," as if now that's shorthand for times were good, and it may be true.
And that if you stick with Barack Obama, then you'll get more of me. But this also clearly is an attempt by the Obama campaign to try to narrow the gap on his one vulnerability, which remains to be the economy, and appeal to these the white working class voters that he struggles with and that Romney is doing.
But it's also ironic given the Clinton-Obama tensions in 2008 and for a while afterwards. I guess those are gone. It seems that they are.
I think they remain, and we see that in the fundraising where Obama hasn't taken full advantage of the Clinton fundraising network. But I can't get past the fact that this is a Southern white politician going on TV for the first African American president at a time when really the ballgame here seems to be winning certain sectors of the white vote. And that ad is, the background of that ad where they show people in everyday life is
See, the genius of Bill Clinton is he could talk to both. He could talk to white middle-class voters and minority voters with equal resonance.
Right.
Nobody else has done it.
It's also ironic that one of the after-the-fact criticisms of Al Gore's campaign is that he wouldn't get close to Bill Clinton, and now Barack Obama is walking hand in hand with him.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a warm-up for Hillary to run next time.
I hold that thought. Meanwhile, next week, come rain or shine, wet or dry, we'll be in Tampa, and DC Bureau will come to you from the Republican National Convention. Hope you'll join us. In the meantime, join the conversation on Twitter at #WSJLive. I'm Jerry Seib.